Welcome to the Wisconsin Full-Time MBA Programs podcast. This podcast series is designed for people who want to learn more about the full-time Wisconsin MBA, our admissions process, and address common questions that candidates have when considering full-time MBA programs. My name is Randy Parvin, Assistant Director of Admissions and Recruitment for the full-time MBA and MS programs. Joining me today is Betsy Kacizak. Welcome, Betsy.
Thanks, Randy. I'm glad to be here.
Well, why don't you tell people about your role here at the Wisconsin MBA program and what we'll be discussing today?
Sure. So my role is Director of MBA Admissions for the full-time program. And so I do admissions, I do recruitment, and I also help make some decisions on our merit-based financial aid. And today, we're going to be talking a little bit about the full-time MBA program and what makes Wisconsin a unique MBA.
Well, what does make Wisconsin a unique MBA? Let's get started.
That's great. So what I think makes Wisconsin a unique MBA is the fact that we actually have specializations. So to kind of break it down is that at Wisconsin, when you apply to our MBA program and you select a career specialization, which think of it as like a major that you're going to be picking.
All right.
So you're going to get a general MBA alongside a specialized program. So it's kind of that combination of general management and a specialized program. And I think that's what makes it unique, because you really are diving yourself into kind of a career track that will kind of make you really like a functional area expert.
How is that different than some other MBA programs, or is that different than other MBA programs across the nation, that specialized model?
Sure. I think you'll find some programs that will have the specialized model. But at Wisconsin, what's different about us is that we actually have you apply to that specialization, and you actually start taking classes first semester of your first year in that specialization, alongside your core classes in that first year, and then more intense specialization classes in the second year. A lot of other MBA programs are set up as what we'll call general management. So they give you the same breadth of MBA classes that we will offer and many other programs offer in that first year. And then in the second year, the students have that flexibility to kind of take other electives, but they're really not building kind of any functional area expertise, because they're really getting more of a depth of knowledge across multiple disciplines.
Okay, nice. So why do students commonly attend a full-time MBA program? Are there common reasons that students go down that path?
Yes. So I think there's probably two primary reasons why a person is really kind of coming back for a full-time MBA. And I think if you're a career switcher, and that's someone who works in a different type of industry. So for example, I've got my undergrad degree in engineering. I am currently an engineer, but I'm looking to pivot my career maybe into finance. I'm going to come back for a full-time MBA where I can really get that general management, but do a deep dive into finance, be able to do an internship between my first and second year, so I'm getting some industry experience. And then when I graduate from the program, I have my MBA with that specialization in finance, and really a career opportunity in finance, because I'm leveraging my engineering background, but I am switching careers. Sometimes career enhancers are also looking to come back to a full-time MBA program. A career enhancer is someone, again, who's been maybe working in the same industry. So I have an undergrad degree in marketing. I've been working in marketing, and I really want to get into a brand management role. And many brand management roles at a consumer product company might require an MBA. So for me to come back, get an MBA, do it through the Center for Brand and Product Management, again, have that opportunity to do an internship at a consumer product company or a tech company, I'm going to be able to then, when I graduate, have that a great career outcome after graduation, because I've been able to do that general management and the deep dive in the full-time MBA program. I think sometimes, too, people, when they come back for a full-time program, are looking for just different experiences than maybe a part-time program can offer you. So doing like a global course, where you have an opportunity to have like immersion in a country for a week or two is something that full-time students can partake in. Sometimes it's just having that full-time student experience, being able to re-engage with student organizations, being able to build on your network on a full-time basis. It's very possible that for many of these students, it's the last time they get to go back to school on a full-time basis and really enjoy that experience. And so that's why they'll make that decision to come back full-time.
And is it a wise choice about return on investment for those students? Is there, does it not only up the career ladder, but does it move them up the income ladder in ways that are advantageous?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we find with our students at Wisconsin is that many of them are more than doubling their salary when they're leaving the program. I think and that's only one aspect of return on investment. I mean, I do think that you have to think about your salary and what you're foregoing when you're coming back into the program and what it might be when you leave. But I do think you have to look at, the cost of the program. So, overall tuition. You'll have to look at cost of living in that area. Many students do have to relocate, so you should be factoring kind of the relocation costs as you're making that move. And then looking at the merit offers that the schools can offer. I mean, at Wisconsin, we have been able to provide, many of our students some really generous merit-based financial aid to really help offset the cost of attending a full-time program.
Okay, that's very interesting. So what type of students attend the full-time MBA program? By that I mean, are they all business majors?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
They are not all business majors. So we actually have a really wide variety of students that come from different undergraduate backgrounds. So yes, we do have business undergrad students in our program. But we actually have quite a few students from the engineering discipline. And I think a lot of that has to do with our supply chain and our operations and technology management program. But we'll have students from the letters and science, humanities, some of the hard sciences. It really doesn't matter what your undergraduate degree is in. What matters sometimes is your experiences that you bring into the program.
All right.
Again, career switcher, career enhancer, doesn't matter. Because you have transferable skills. So what we look for are, those transferable skills. We look for the career passion, the career focus. What do you want to do with your MBA? And really, anybody can come back and do an MBA.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay. And you talked about those specializations earlier within our program, there are 10. What are those 10 specializations, and I guess what resources do we have here to help us students sort out, which specialization is best for them?
Sure. So I'll start with what we call our 4 kind of overarching areas. So we have marketing, finance, operations, and strategic management. So within marketing, we have brand and product management, and we also have marketing research. Within finance, we have corporate finance and investment banking, applied security analysis, risk management and insurance, and real estate. Under the operations, we have our operations and technology management and supply chain. And under strategic management, we have human resource management and arts administration. So there are a lot of options for a lot of different interests. And sometimes people are like, oh, but I like, 2 or 3 of them. Can I, do 2 or 3 of them? And when you do the program, the answer is really no. You do have to select one, but the resources to help you select it will be one. I think you can go to our website and start to narrow things down through kind of your own research. Like, what does the curriculum look like? What are the career outcomes for each of those specializations? Where are students working? Do you see kind of yourself in those roles? The other thing is just to set up a consultation appointment with the admissions committee or the admissions team. We're here to help you kind of talk about your background, your interests, your passions. Where do you see yourself going? And we can help you to kind of narrow down some of those choices. And never underestimate process of elimination, because sometimes that can be helpful, especially when you have 10, just to kind of knock off a few that this sounds interesting, but this is not the right fit for me. And so you can, again, kind of narrow it down that way.
So with these 10 specializations, then, it's real important, is what I'm hearing, for the student to know which one they want to go into. Do they need to do that before or after they apply?
You have to do it before they apply.
Okay.
And yes, it is important to kind of have a clear vision of what you want to do. You're not expected to know that after graduation, I'm going to work at this company and this is the type of job I'm going to get. But you have to know that in a functional capacity, I really want to do human resource management. There's a lot of different things that you can do within HR. You don't necessarily have to know that at the time that you apply, but that you know that the human resource specialization is really what you want. You're going to be able to discover new opportunities through the coursework that you're taking, through your applied learning, through your internship, that kind of will help you hone in specifically on what you might see yourself doing.
Yes.
And just know that a career evolves with time. And so the specialization is really going to help you with that first job immediately following graduation. What you do 5-10 years down the road, your MBA is going to be very impactful, but you might, naturally switch into different areas based on kind of your experience and what you have done well in your career.
Okay. Well, this is a good conversation. Do you have a website or email that you might suggest to folks who want more information? How they can get in touch with us?
Yes. So you can use the website of go.wisc.edu/MBA, or you can just send an email to mba@wisc.edu.
All right. Super. Again, the website is go.wisc.edu/MBA. And the email is mba@wsb.wisc.edu. Thanks, Betsy, for this great conversation. And thanks, everyone, for listening. Be sure to reach out to Betsy or I with questions about the Wisconsin Full-Time MBA. We'd love to answer those for you. And continue to watch this space for more events where you can learn more about the Wisconsin MBA and further podcasts. And as we say at the Wisconsin School of Business and UW-Madison, together forward and on Wisconsin.